Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to make those bets for the primetime games. That's what we do here in the Drive-Thru. Monday through Friday is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and its Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who will be on the show with us here for today. All right, with us today is Millz. With us, Millz Young. We've got Alex Smart. We got Ninos. We got Shane Mickle, David Sosh, and Tony Brown. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Smart, Brown, Mickle, Sosh, Young, Ninos, and then I will close this one out. All right, we got a lot of baseball through in the books now. One going on here. A's 1-0 on Seattle. 3 games in prime time. We'll have the baseball games covered for you. We'll also have coverage from the WNBA. We have 4 games in action here, so we're gonna fill the show up with content, guys. Hey, it's legalization, so there's money to be made in all these sports across many of these states here, and of course north of the border as well, and south of the border, around the world. We get a worldwide audience, so we got plays for you tonight, bettable action for today here on the Drive-Thru. So let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he does fine work. Let's bring Alex in right now. I think we got him ready to go. Alex, how's it going?
How you doing, Baseball King? I see your numbers.
It's doing, you know, one thing about being tops in baseball is great, but come September, I just realized I got to handicap 15 games a day as well as all the football. Oh, brother, that's going to be, September is going to be a very fun month. I can tell you right now, brother. All right, here we go. We're going WNBA here tonight, 8 Eastern time. Wings here to host the Fever. The Wings 9, total 170.
Yeah, so I looked at this number. I just said the number's a little bit off. It's not like, Dallas is some amazing team. They're just under 500. And, lately the Fever have shown some life. They took out the Chicago Sky in a big upset last time out. They've won 2 of their last 3 games. And, hey, yeah, I know they lost 12 of their first 15 games. It didn't look good. And I'm not saying this is a talented team. I'm saying this is a team that's got some momentum. And momentum is very, very important in the WNBA. And Dallas is not a team that, I don't know. I don't want to be a ball buster here, but I don't think Dallas is much better than Indiana, and this is just too many points. And that's where I'm at right now. So we're gonna take the Fever. We're gonna take the points.
Yeah, 9 points here plus here with the Fever. Yeah, I'm looking. You look at the numbers here, and you just see these two teams average about 80 points a game. There isn't a whole much going other than the shooting percentage, a little better there from the Dallas side, but the Indiana does a better job from beyond the arc, almost 34% from 3-point distance.
Yeah, and overall, it's not like I said, the Wings don't have great numbers, especially as favorites. They've only covered 3 of their last 13 games as favorites, and against the Eastern Conference, they're a minus ATM machine, reverse on the money. They've failed to cover 10 of the 13 times in their last 13 games against Eastern Conference side. So, yeah, it's there's the number's just a little bit too high, and that's what we're going to take. We're just going to take an edge with the number. Not worried about the winner here. Just the number and taking the points.
Yep, Dallas loses 5 of their past 7 games. Fever plus 9 against the Wings. This one to have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. We still have 3 games here on the board from Major League Baseball, CFL, WNBA in action. Tomorrow we're back on the ice with hockey. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, what we've got going on tonight is absolutely zero. I think I have 1 game this evening. It involves the Houston Astros. I know Houston Astros and the Yanks, right? And that should be a top tier game. That's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to lead off into the next series. So let's see where that goes. Also, I've got action on that next hockey game. And that was an interesting hockey game last night. You know how Colorado came back down 2-1 going into the third period. Is that how it worked out? Yeah. It was down 2-1 third period, and they came out on top. And I mean, that's big time hockey, winning on the road against Tampa Bay. So I'm going to have some action on that next time they're out. Are they out Friday or Saturday?
No, it's every other day. We're every other day now. So we go
We're
Friday.
every other day. That's right.
Yeah.
So it is today. Yeah. So that's where I'm at, and some more baseball and possibly WNBA action, more CFL action, and we'll just keep going down the road like that.
That's right, guys. Again, we're with Alex Smart over at Pig Dogs. Of course, get on board with his plays. He'll have his hockey game up for you, as well as plays from Major League Baseball. The long-term pass is the way to go. We talked about that 7-day all sports pass. Get 7 days of plays from Alex Smart. That'll cover the remainder of the Stanley Cup Finals, whether it goes 5, 6, or 7. Hey, maybe Tampa Bay can get a win at Colorado. They're more than capable of doing that. You know, they can never say never.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know,
absolutely. Never say never. That's right.
You know, this is defending Stanley Cup champion going into Game 5. Also, all of his baseball for 7 days. If he's in action, WNBA, as well as in baseball, hey, there's numbers out there. He sees them out of whack. He'll be in action. As Alex always says, if it moves, he'll hit it. He sees action in it, he'll get it. So keep an eye there. Alex Smart over at Pig Dogs. On that 7-day all sports pass, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Alex, it's always great having you show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Okay, have a great weekend. Keep on rocking the baseball markets. Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Hope I can get through September, my friend. September is going to be a rough month. All right, Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. My goodness. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time to bring in Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He does great work there. Great hockey season. Of course, he does well as well on the bases. So we're going to bring in Tony Brown right now. Let's bring him in. Tony, how you doing, my man?
Tony T, how you doing, my boy?
I'm doing right. Man, did I get this graphic wrong again? Oh, no, it's right. It's WNBA from Tony Brown. Here we go. We got the Storm here to host the Mystics here at 10 Eastern time, the late game. Your bailout special from Tony Brown here will be WNBA. We got the Storm here laying 4.5, total 154.5.
Right. I thought I got it wrong, too, when I was picking it, but once a year, I'll do a WNBA game. I mean, people bet it, people watch it, people like it, and so I'm here for the people. I don't know much about the WNBA, but what I do know is that Sue Bird is a superstar, and she's retiring. She's announced before the season that she's going to retire, and this is her official retirement tour, and she'll go right to the Hall of Fame. She's an Olympic gold medalist. She's an all-star. She's a champion. She's done it all. She's one of the best WNBA players ever, and this is her first game back at home in 5 games. They've been on a 5-game road trip, which they've absolutely killed. Keeps it on the floor every time, every night, because this is it for her. And so why wouldn't she do it at home? In front of the crowd, they're going to be hype. It's going to be full of emotion. They're 4-1 in the last game. I think big performance out of her. And I like the Storm minus the 4.5 points.
All right, Tony Brown here says take the Storm minus 4.5 against the Washington Mystics. A long road trip here for the Mystics here as they look to battle back. They just come off a loss here at LA. Washington getting pounded here, 84. Almost losing 84-82. But again, they were favored in that game against the LA. And then of course at New York they were pounded there by 12. So they've had struggles there. This Mystics on the road, and of course Seattle. Again, as you said, a very impressive road trip. But they've actually won here 5 of their past 6.
Yeah, it's the retirement tour. Like, I don't want anybody to jump out their seats. I'm not comparing her to Kobe Bryant, but the last time we seen a player go on a retirement tour is Kobe Bryant, and we've seen what happened his last game in LA. Scored 60 against the Clippers, had the game winner and all that crazy stuff. It's just like these games aren't played on paper. All the stats and stuff, sometimes you got to throw it out the window and just believe in magic and the half-court buzzer beater and just the emotions and stuff, and that's what we're riding on in this one. It's like one of the best players in this game, one of the pioneers of the game, back when the WNBA was first getting going, she's out. Yep. And so you don't think that people are going to play hard for her? Her supporting cast, they're going to shoot better, they're going to defend harder. Like, everybody wants to see her go out on top, and I think they all give it their all for the rest of the season.
Yeah, they're winning teams, so obviously looking for postseason. Also go out on top. You said as a championship, there also in play. There's a lot of play here, like this. Go out as a champion. That's what you want to do. Of course, when you look at Washington, they are second in the league in scoring defense, second in the league defending the 3-point shot, and a top 10 offense. They're in the league, 5th in 3-point shooting, almost 36%, and they make 80% of their free throws. Storm here minus 4.5 against the Mystics. This one's your late game, 10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pig Dog Premium for tonight. We've been putting great numbers here in the NHL. Overall here, showing profit the last 30 days, the past 7 days, coming off a winning day yesterday. Still have 3 on the board here for Major League Baseball in prime time. The hockey back on action tomorrow. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I had one of my games go off earlier, so I think I only have 1 game left for sale. It was a lot of day baseball today, but it's a primetime power pick. It's the last game of the day, last chance to make some money, and I saved my best for last. So if you're just now seeing this, go ahead and grab that. plus the free play, double them up, and really make a nice parlay for tonight.
That's right, guys. Again, I'm with Tony Brown over at Pick Dodge Premium, having a great season here in the, oh, goodness, my goodness. I'm watching the Oakland give up a tying runner on a wild pitch. Incredible. All right, get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dodge Premium. You see the numbers have been great here in the NHL. 2009 units of profit, NHL, all documented. Of course, showing profit the last 30 days, last 7 days. And, of course, you can get on board with Tony Brown's Laser Lock tonight. $25 play up there. Also guaranteed. Remember, these one-offs, these one-day passes, individual picks are guaranteed. So if they win, if they don't win, you get credit back in your account. So that the Laser Lock is up there. Of course, the long-term pass will serve you well as well. Get on board with Tony Brown's long-term passes. Is 3, 7, and 30 sports pass. You get all of his premium picks for that period of time you select. When you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase, get out a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. If you get that 7-day pass, you're covered for the remainder of the Stanley Cup Finals. If it's a 5, 6, or 7-day game series, they'll be all included in that 7-day pass. And I know, Tony Brown, you have a really good value out there. We're in this year-round, that VIP 1-year all sports pass.
Yeah, that's the best way to go. Like, the hockey season is ending. Baseball is going to be here for a long time. Could you imagine buying a play every day for the rest of the baseball season? Like, if you're going to bet baseball, buying that year pass is worth it alone, just if you're going to bet baseball all summer. But with this pass, it's 365 days of plays. It's not a season pass. It's a 1-year pass. You get every single pick I release for the entire year, the playoffs, championships included, no upselling. I don't want your money. I want the bookies. Get that pass. Let's sit back and just do it all year.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown, that 1-year all sports pass. All of his plays there. It's affordably priced, just $12.99. That's about $113 a month when you do the math on it. So it's a really good value there. And of course, that comes out to what when you do the math like that, it's almost like $350 a day.
Right. Four plays is $100. They're $25 plays. So if you ever buy 4 plays to me in a month, that's your $100 a month right there, and we're gonna win all year. You see, the hockey units alone would have paid for your pass, and now the rest of the season will be free. Like, it just makes sense. You know what I mean? If you're a serious player, if you're really serious about making money betting sports, you can't afford not to grab that pass.
That's right, guys. That 1-year all sports pass over at Pick Dodge Premium. Of course, those long-term passes at a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, Tony Brown, it's always great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Awesome, man. I'll see you guys and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing here. Oakland's winning 1-0 going to the bottom of the 9th here against Seattle. They have bases loaded. 2 straight wild pitches push across 2 runs for Seattle. So it's now Seattle 2, Oakland 1. This all with 2 outs. Incredible here in this Oakland-Seattle game. 2 wild pitches push across 2 runs with 2 outs. 1 way outside, 1 low inside. 2 runs come across on wild pitches. This is Oakland Athletics baseball for you right now. Incredible what is going on in this game. Top 9, 2 outs. Seattle still has a guy on third, up 2-1. Again, incredible. 2 wild pitches, 2 runs scored for Seattle. All right, let's continue on here on the drive to. Next up, let's bring him in. Shane Mickle, you'll find him over at Pick Dodge Prim, where he does fine work up there. Let's bring him in right now. I think we got Shane ready to roll here. More WNBA action. We'll have some baseball on the tail end of the show. We'll have all the games covered for you. Let's get in here with Shane Mickle right now. I think we got Shane ready to go. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going today, Tony? I almost had Oakland on my premium card today, so it looks like I dodged a landmine there.
Oh, my God. You would be just sick to your stomach. I mean, Montaz pitching great. You bring in the reliever, and, of course, what happens, right? He only had a no-hitter until the bottom of the 8th inning, right? And then, wow, 2 runs on 2 wild pitches. Incredible, this game. All right, here we go, Shane. Tonight we're going to be looking at WNBA on your neck of the woods here. Minnesota Lynx here to host the Mercury. The Lynx have been bet up to 2.5, total 166.
Yeah, the Lynx record overall this year is 4-13. But that really doesn't tell the whole story of this team. It's a team that basically went through almost an entire roster overhaul like the second week of the season. And then they've dealt with injuries all season. And then as of late, it's been just blowing late leads. You know, this is a team that lost to the Aces by 1, the Seattle Storm by 2, both very, very good teams. Probably 2 teams that can win the WNBA championship this year. But in the last game, they did play this Mercury team, and they finally were able to have a good second half and secure a victory. Now, when I set the play in this morning, they were -1, but now there's news that Sylvia Falls is going to be back, by far the Lynx best player, and I think that's just a bonus here. The Lynx have proven against this Mercury team that They can score. They can close out games. In this last game, Skylar Diggins-Smith, the Mercury's best player, put up 25 points, and the Mercury still lost by 13 points. Without Brittany Griner, who's still away from the team, this Mercury team is going to continue to struggle, and I just don't think they have the offense here to keep it close. So I'm going to lay the points with the Lynx. All
right, we got Shane here going to lay the points 2.5 here against the Phoenix Mercury. Yeah, when you look at Phoenix, it's been pretty ugly here. They've lost three of their past 4 here right now, and of course with these teams, it's both teams that come in with losing records. But when you look at the Minnesota offense, field goal percentage of 43%, 31% from 3. Of course, the Phoenix side, they've struggled with 3-point shooting as well.
Yeah, definitely. They have Skylar Diggins-Smith. With Griner, this is probably a different team, but they just don't have enough role players on that team to find success. And one more point about this Lynx team is they're very young. So as the season gone on, those role players have taken on bigger roles, especially with Sylvia Falls out. I think that's just going to give more confidence. I don't think they make the playoffs or do much, but they might be a team to, especially if they're underdogs the rest of the season, to keep a close eye on betting if you like betting the WNBA.
All right, we got Shane here on the Minnesota Lynx -2.5 against Phoenix Mercury. This one to have a start time of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. We got a WNBA on the board tonight, CFL, as well as 3 in Major League Baseball in the primetime hours. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, most of my baseball is off the board, but I do have one play. It's a plus money winner up there for on the site. I think it's $34.99 or $34, I guess is the price now. But hop on something long term. Get that 7-day pass. You get all my NHL through the last game of the Stanley Cup Finals, my UFC for the weekend, and all of the MLB for next week. Hop on and let's make some money together.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, that 7-day pass is great. If you're looking for a one-day winner, has that up there right now. But again, that 7-day pass is great value there. You get the remainder of the Stanley Cup Finals from Shane, whether it's a 5, 7, or 5, 6, or 7-game series. That's covered on that 7-day All Sports Pass, as well as all his MLB. UFC this weekend. So get on board. If he sees anything in WNBA, that may be included as well. But he's very selective there. If it comes up, he'll put it in there. You got to check the members area. But again, 7-day All Sports Pass, your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Shane, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, Tony.
You got it. Shane Mickle here on the drive through. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on this Oakland game. They have moved now to the bottom of the 9th with Seattle up 2-1 in this one. Of course, 2 wild pitches bringing the 2 runs for the Seattle Mariners. And boy, Oakland pitching the bullpen just cruddy there at the end. Let's continue on here on the drive through. Up next is Damian Sosh. We're getting now into the baseball part of our show. Next 3 picks, actually next 4 picks will be from baseball. So let's get it going. Let's bring in Damian Sosh. If I'm over at Pick Dogs Premium, doing great work up there. We'll bring Damian in right now. Damian, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how's it going? So what's that they say? Every baseball game, something happens that you've never seen before. It's something that's going to go something like that.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how you could throw 2 wild pitches and you're up 1-0, looking to close it out. Montaz had almost a no-hitter. You load up the bases. And back-to-back wild pitches, and you're now down 2-1, having to bat in the bottom of the 9th. That is incredible. Overly Oakland Athletics. So that's when things go bad, things go really bad. All right, here we go tonight, 6:40 Eastern time. We have Padres here hosting the Phillies here. We got the Padres at $165, the total 7.
Yeah, the Phillies this year, they're a team that's tend to be very up and down. Eventually, their play led to the firing of manager Joe Girardi. Since his firing, though, the team's really taken off. I believe they're 14-5 since Thompson has taken over managing the Phillies. However, 3 of those 5 losses are the last 3 games they played. The Phillies have lost 3 in a row. They seem to be heading maybe towards another possible slump. The offense has kind of left them in these 3 losses. They scored just 5 runs. They're making boneheaded plays in the field, and it's not going to be easy for them in this game, especially for the offense to get back on track, as they're going to be facing Joe Musgrove. He's 8-0 with a 1.59 ERA for the Padres. He's given a quality start in every single one of his starts this season. That means he's pitched at least 6 innings. And now I know he's due for a bad outing. I just don't see that happening against this struggling Phillies lineup. The Phillies are going to have Ranger Suarez on the mound. Now, Suarez, he's 5-4, 4.43 ERA on the season. He hasn't been as sharp this season as he was last season. He's walked 29 batters in 65 innings of work. He's going to be facing a Padres lineup that's very patient at the plate, and they also hit left-handed pitching very well. Should the Phillies have to rely on their bullpen, that's bad news because that bullpen is really bad there in Philadelphia. And when it's all said and done, I know we're going to be laying a little bit of juice, but I like Musgrove to improve to 9-0 and go with the Padres in this game.
All right, we got Damien here on the Padres minus 165 here against the Phillies. Yeah, you're looking at this one. It has been Musgrove. Musgrove's just been a really good pitcher. Even when things were down for this San Diego team last year, you could always count on Musgrove to put in a great effort for the San Diego Padres. And of course, with the Padres, you always got to wonder here about the status here of Machado. Doesn't look like he is confirmed here in the lineup, although they haven't really needed him, right? They've been able to win games without him.
Right. Yeah, they just came. He got injured. He hurt his ankle, and then they go on and they sweep Arizona. So, whether he's in the lineup or not, I still like the Padres here in this one. Hopefully he can go, but if not, I think the Padres are still the play.
Yeah, Padres are looking really good. Of course, you're getting the good bullpen play. And of course, the Philadelphia Phillies. What has happened to their offense here the last couple of games, and just in Texas and in the final games against Washington?
They have been such a streaky team, and really have been so streaky all season. It seems like when they're scoring their runs, everybo's hitting, and it seems like they either all get hot or they all go cold at the same time, and it's difficult for them to they had that nice run there, 15-5, I believe, their last 20 games, but when they go cold, they really go cold, and they can't afford to fall too far behind. I know there's three playoff spots now, 3 wild cards, so that benefits them, but they don't want to mess around,
No, you don't. Exactly here. And of course, we've seen the Mets have struggles on their road trips as well. So this went wide open here at Padres minus 165 against the Phillies. This one will have a start time. We get it corrected here, 9:40 Eastern time on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Damon, let's go over at Pick Dodge Prim. We're putting up great numbers here in the NHL. Also showing profit for the year, the past 30 days, the past 7 days, 855 units of profit. You've been on fire, coming off a monster day yesterday. We've got 3 games on the board here from Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, things are going pretty good right now. Nice little run going. Had a great day yesterday. 2-0 in 2 early games here in Major League Baseball. I've got 1 left on the board that's up for sale on the site. My Major League Baseball high heat play for $25. You can pick that up. And we're just looking to keep things going, guys. As always, pick up yourself up a 3-7-30-day plan. Pick one of those up. You're going to be guaranteed the NHL Stanley Cup Finals play. We've been doing really well in hockey. So, yeah, the best way to go, guys, is a 3-7-30, 2-for-1 capper deal. It's best to get in long haul, and we're going to make some money together, fellas.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Damon Sosh over at Pick Dodge Prim. Great units here in NHL, 1,041 units of profit. Also, as I said, showing great profit for the year, the past 30 days, the past 7 days, 855 units of profit, 318 units coming in yesterday. Top performance here from Damien Sosh. Get on board. MLB High Heat is a Major League Baseball play up there for you right now in prime time. Get on board with that. Or if you prefer the long-term passes, of course, Damien had that 7-day all sports pass. You get all of his premium plays for 7 days, all his baseball. Of course, the NHL playoffs. We know there's going to be a Game 5. If there's a 6 or 7, that would be included in the 7-day all sports pass. So you can go that route as well. If you're looking for a season pass from Damien, it's there as well from Major League Baseball. So go and get on board with Damien Sosh. With the long-term passes, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Damien, it's always great having the show. Continue that success. Hope to catch up with you again next week.
Thank you, Tony. Have a great weekend.
You got it. Damien Sosh here on the drive. Hey, guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I said we got baseball the rest of the way. We're going to have all 3 games covered. And, of course, they have gone final there in Oakland. 1-2-3 go out the Oakland Athletics. They lose on a called third strike, kind of a borderline on the knees, but they called them out. So Seattle wins 2-1. Again, those 2 runs pushed across bottom of the ninth with 2 outs on 2 wild pitches, if you can believe that. Well, if you're the Oakland Athletics, you can believe that because that's how it's going for them this season. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now time to bring in Millz Young. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He takes part in our MMA show on Pick Dogs with Brad Francis. And, of course, he's been on fire. Those units just go up and up and up and up every single week because I always change his card. And every time I change his card, it's increased units every time. So let's bring him in right now because he's been on fire. Millz Young, find him over at Pick Dogs. Millz, what's happening?
How you guys doing out there today, man?
Doing awesome. All right, here we go. We got the marquee game for us tonight at 7 Eastern time. A big battle here. Division leaders Lockhorn's Yankees to host the Astros. The Yankees $1.30, total 8.5.
Yeah, man, this game right here is going to be a good game, man. It's one of those games you guys just want to sit back, get some popcorn. Matter of fact, we ain't getting no popcorn no more. Go ahead and grab your bag of Doritos. Grab you something nice and refreshing to drink because it's going to be something that you want to watch. Framber Valdez versus Jameson Taillon. I mean, come on. When we talk about it, this is going to be the first matchup between these two teams taking place this series. 4-game series, and you got it locked and loaded with all of the Yankees' best pitchers in this series. You got Cortez going. You got Severino going. I mean, you got Cole going. But this is the game that you really got to snatch up because those other matchups, you're going to be going up against, a better caliber pitcher maybe for those. So I'm looking at the Yankees right here, minus 126 money line. We got Jameson Taillon on the mound, 8-1 on the season. ERA something around 2.7. This is the thing that I like about him. Jameson Taillon, the lineup that he's pitching today against, there's only 2 players in there with RBIs against this guy. So the matchup is in favor of Taillon already. So I like that. And then, you just got to think about it. The Yankees, we have a full bullpen that we can pull out to maybe get this win capable. Minus 126 for the money line. I'm going with the Yankees this time.
All right, we got Millz here on the Yankees. Take them here on the money line to win it here at minus 130 against the Astros. Yeah, hard to argue that one, especially when you look at a Yankees team that's 29-7 at home. We know Houston, they've kind of dominated what I believe has been a weak AL West division for the past several years.
Yeah, not just that. I mean, you got to look at it like this, too. I mean, the Yankees is hot. I mean, out of the last 13 games, 11 wins. So, I mean, the bats are there. The pitching is coming together. This is the thing that I like, too. Jameson Taillon. Nobody would be talking about this guy if he wasn't on the Yankees. What do you mean? The Yankees have a thing to where they can take these average players and make them into household names. On the pitching, you see what's going on with Taillon already and Cortez. On the other bats, people like Gio Urshela became names. Luke Voigt became names. The list goes on. So that's one thing that I really like about the Yankees, man. And, not just that, the bats are alive. Aaron Judge leading with 27 home runs. Gleyber Torres with 13. Carlos Stanton back with 14 home runs. So, I mean, all of the bats are there. DJ LeMahieu is coming through as well, too. So, this Yankee team is kind of stacked in their rotation. The only thing that I think they could upgrade would be that catcher spot.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Yankees minus 130 against Houston. This one will have a start time. This is your marquee game at 7 Eastern time. All right, Millz, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print where you've been on absolute fire. Look at these MMA numbers. Every week keep going up and up and up. 1,720 units of profit. MMA 2022 document. Also showing profit overall. All sports combined last 30 days come off of winning past 7 days. All right, Millz, we've got the 3 games on the board for Major League Baseball. Of course, we got a nice UFC card coming up for the weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I got 1 play left on the board for today. Had 1 go off earlier. Play's going to be going off probably soon. So if you want to get that last play, you might want to get that 3-day pass. Because what do we got? UFC coming up this Saturday. I got 2 plays that I'm already locked and loaded on. They will be on the site later tonight or early in the morning. I'm probably going to go with another 3 just to end it out on there. So if you get the 3-day pass, you get my plays for today, Friday, and then you get extra paid on Saturday because that's where we get our money at UFC. So come on, give me that 3-day pass. Pair me up with your favorite capper out there, as they're already doing though. Get that 2 favorite cappers. You can't miss. You pair me up with the hottest baseball capper, the #1 producer, Eunice Tony T, or Rod Z on the site. It don't get no better than this. Pick Dogs, that's where it's at.
That's where it's at, guys. Got it both Millz Young over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers in MA, 1,720 units of profit. That is all documented. You can verify that by going to Millz's Handicapper page, going to Pick History. You can check it all out for yourself. Fully documented. Top performer in MMA, 1,720 units of profit. That is all documented. Also showing profit last 30 days. All sports combined. On the board tonight, he's got his MLB best bet of the day up there for you for Major League Baseball. Affordably priced, that's his $15 premium. A great value there, so get on board with that. Or if you prefer, as Millz was talking about, that 3-day all sports pass is the way to go. All of Millz plays for Major League Baseball for the next 3 days, as well as his MMA card here for this weekend. He's been on fire. Every week we do the show with Millz on Wednesday. Every week it's been increased units. I'm changing the board. Up. The guy's been winning here in MMA. Good time to get on board with that with that 7-day All Sports Pass and get that weekend of MMA picks from Millz with that 3-day All Sports Pass. That will be covered with the UFC card. So get on board, guys. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there with Millz Young over at Pick Dogs. All right, Millz, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll tune in for that MMA show with you and Brad.
Yes, sir. We will be doing it this Saturday morning. Right after, I want to say, the morning show. We did it last Saturday, and it got a good result out of it. So we're gonna be doing it again this Saturday morning. So right after the morning show, check us out there, right there, Pick Dogs.
There you go. Latest information. Got the weigh-ins. These guys are ready to go. They're ready to roll with those picks, guys. You got to tune in that show. There's money to be made. Look at the numbers Millz is producing. Check out the show. Buy the 3-pack, and you're ready to roll for this weekend. All right, Millz, continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week.
All right, man. You guys have a nice day out there, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Just hit the like, please.
That's right. That thumbs up, like, we greatly appreciate it. All right, Millz Young here on the drive through. Let's continue our coverage, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We told you baseball was on the menu. We got 2 of the 3. We're getting you 3 of the 3 here. Let's continue on here on the show. Now it's time to welcome in Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, having a fantastic season in NHL. He's done good work as well in all sports combined. Let's bring Ninos in right now. I think we got him ready to roll. What's happening?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball here for tonight. 8 Eastern time features the White Sox here to host the Orioles. White Sox $1.55, total of 9.
Yeah, should be a pretty good matchup. This one almost made my premium card. Took it pretty easy on that side today, though. I do like the White Sox in this spot. But as I said, yeah, this one was close. I bet it pretty big myself. I think the White Sox are just the better team with a better lineup here, and obviously Kramer has some good numbers, but I think they are a little misleading here, and I do think Cueto is the much better starter. He has one impressive start against the Rays this season, but as we mentioned on a couple shows ago, the Rays can be a little inconsistent and disappointing in spots that look easy on paper. He was okay against the Royals in his second start of the season. But again, that's one of the worst lineups in the league, so can't be too impressed with that outing. And only lasted 4.1 innings, giving up 3 runs to the Guardians in his season debut. He's had a pretty rough and pretty short career so far in the MLB. He's been in and out there. And I think as the White Sox haven't been too consistent this season, especially not at home where they're usually much better than they are on the road. But I do think those numbers will improve, and good matchup for them to start improving those numbers tonight here. I like the White Sox. You could lay the juice if you want. You could lay a little bit on the run line too if you want to bring that down a bit. But I think the White Sox get the job done here.
All right, Ninos likes the White Sox, $1.55 here against the Orioles. Yeah, White Sox with those miracle wins, right? They need to do a lot of work. It's tough to come from behind in those games against Toronto. But one thing I noticed here with these Orioles is that their bullpen has been actually producing some good numbers. ERA at 3.19, and what makes this more impressive is that they play a lot of their games against the AL East. So they face the Yankees, they face the Orioles, they face the Blue Jays, they face the Red Sox, they face the Rays, and your ERA is 3.19.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's not terrible numbers right there. That's pretty good numbers. It's not like they face the Yankees every day, but you're right. They have faced them. But again, I think, as I said, Cueto puts his team in a good spot here, and I don't think we'll have to worry too much about the bullpens. Orioles have struggled here in Chicago, 0-5 in the last 5 meetings in Chicago. 0-8 in the last meetings, 8 meetings overall against the White Sox. Yeah, just don't think the White Sox want to let these wins that they can get go. So I think they do show up and get the job done here at home.
Yeah, it might be tougher because I don't know if these Orioles are as bad as some of those Orioles teams were back when you're giving out those numbers there. There shows a little bit of improvement here, especially from the bullpen side. Because this Creamer was a guy that was crushed. We know that, but again, some of these pitchers, they're getting, they show some improvement. We've seen some improvement there. Cueto, of course, is the mystery, right? He's averaging. There was a a prop because I was looking for props here with my pick, and I didn't go with this one. Almost made it. Let's see, 6 times 3 is 18, right? There was a prop for over 17 and a half outs for Cueto. That means if he pitches 6 innings, he gets 18 outs, then you win the prop. That was almost on my card because he's averaging almost well over. He's averaging at least 6 innings, I think, in 6 of his 7 starts. So that was although it was too juicy at -140. That's what kept me off it. That was almost a free pick for me. But I saw that with Cueto that he goes pretty deep into games, and that's one thing also you got to work is as well as the White Sox offense looked in that Toronto series, their pitching got crushed.
Yeah, obviously that's still one of their weaknesses, and it's particularly their bullpen. They do have a couple good starters on the Blue Jays, but yeah, the bullpen's something you always got to worry about with them. But again, here I think Cueto, as you said, he's going deep. It's just one game. He hasn't completed 6 innings so far this season. So, as you said, he does usually go 6, sometimes even gives you a little more than that. He went 7 strong in his last one. And again, the Orioles, yeah, they have been impressive. When you look at the team's records, pretty close, you know. They have come up with some big wins against some of the better teams, too, in the league. But just for them to do that, to win on a nightly basis is still something that's hard for me to get behind. And as I said, this pitching matchup, I do like it for the White Sox. Maybe a different spot. Numbers can be misleading here if you're just looking at the ERA this season for Kramer, but if you look slightly beyond that, you'll see that it can be pretty scary.
I'll throw that at you as well. Well, maybe they're a little misleading Cueto based on what we've seen the last 3 seasons from him.
Sorry, what was that?
Although some may say, well, these numbers for Cueto may be misleading as well. He may regress to what we've seen the past 3 seasons from him. Remember, he was a free agent. I think he was signed like in was it April? Yeah, it was a late signing by Chicago. He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, we look at the last 3 seasons, though. 2019, only 16 innings. So, you know, one bad start will mess those numbers up there. 63 innings in 2020. Yeah, he can be a little more... What you say? Sorry, I'm looking at the words. You can be, he can be a little more critical of his 2021 campaign, but you know, 4.08 ERA, not horrible, not nothing to brag about either by any means. But I just think that he's capable of being much better. I think he has much better stuff than Kramer, and I think he can be a much better pitcher when he does come out to play. So.
Well, we know he's better than
the
Mike.
Orioles.
We know he's better than Mike Fulton-Lewis, who still hasn't found a team. He's still a free agent. When you look, I was wondering where he was, so I looked him up. He's still waiting. He's waiting up by that phone still. So he's.
The Orioles might want to give him a call.
Maybe so.
But But yeah, as I said, I think Cueto's is the better starter here, and I think that's our biggest edge. And well, I still would take the White Sox lineup over the Orioles
lineup,
lineup.
even against a right-handed starter. Gets it right.
Yeah,
the thing about it is that Berrios, those numbers. Berrios was this horrible pitch location. When you looked at Berrios in that game against the White Sox, just throwing grapefruits up there, man. There was no movement. Ball was right over the plate. Boom, boom, boom. Home run. He had nothing. Berrios had nothing in that game.
I mentioned, the Blue Jays having a couple good starters. He hasn't been what they were hoping for so far this season. Although he had started to turn his season around a little bit before that. But still, you know, I think again he is a pitcher that's capable of having good stuff too, and I expect him to turn this season around a little bit and improve his number as well.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
I don't think Kramer's gonna keep a 2.35 ERA much longer.
You're looking for regression here from Kramer. Although the strikeout rate's concerning to 16%, so that's a concern there. Yeah, so he does pitch to contact. And I know El Ninos is always good with the weather. He's the weatherman on the show. He didn't bring it up today first time, but we have the wind blowing in. The wind is blowing in today.
Bit, 5 miles an hour.
So it's blowing in. Although it's harder to hit home runs. Well, this is in Chicago, so yeah, the wind is blowing a little bit in tonight in this one. All right, so El Ninos here on the White Sox minus 155. This one will have a start time here of 8 Eastern time. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dodgeman, where he put up some great numbers here in the NHL. Also showing profit here the past 3 days, coming off winning day yesterday. We do have those 3 games on the board here from Major League Baseball. Don't know if you're delving into WNBA or CFL yet. That's also on the board tonight. Just mention it. Of course, what do you have going on over at Pick Dogs?
Not yet, but as I said, great opportunity to pair me up with one of the cappers that does, because I mean, as I said, I'm capping the sports I do, and I think that's plenty enough for me already. But if you're looking for more action, we do have that for you. We have a bit of everything on Pick Dog, so go check it out. And today I actually had just one play earlier that went off, went well, but nothing for me tonight. I do have my play for Game 6 of the Stanley Cup. Sorry, Game 5.
Game 5, yep, for Friday.
Game 5 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's up for sale already if you're looking for some NHL action. And yeah, well, of course, I'm sure we'll have some MLB for tomorrow as well.
Yeah, El Nino's near the Tampa area, so he's hoping the Tampa Bay. I'm not going to say what he hopes for because he got to pick up there. So we'll see what he. You never know. You never know. He's put El Nino's to get on board with El Nino's. See the numbers NHL. He does have his NHL Friday power play up there already for you now. Long-term passes that we're talking about, that 7-day all sports pass to get you all the plays from El Nino's for the next 7 days. All his baseball now. The Stanley Cup Finals. Listen. There's no guarantee that it ends in 5. It could go 6. If it goes 5, it could go 6, could go 7. That'll be part of that 7-day all sports pass. So when you get on board with El Ninos, who's put up the top unit producer in the NHL this season, he's got his Game 5 pick up there, or you can get on board with the 7-day pass and get the remainder of the Stanley Cup Finals from El, as well as all his baseball for 7 days. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Continue your success. We'll talk with you again next week. But I know you're an avid contributor to the weekend show.
Yeah, that's right. Should be on there Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Check them out. Check us out bright and early with the Rusty Cappers and Mitch in the morning.
That's right. Morning. He's part of the morning up there in the morning. The contributors there. Check it out. Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. each time with Mitch, Chris, and of course with Brian Bittler with that morning crew. All right, Al. Continue the good work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
You got it. El Nino's here on the drive. So, guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. Let's get to my pick right now. We're just going to go here. Oops. Let's go ahead and bring up my card right now. We're going to go look at a future here. I like these bets here, betting on teams yes or no to make the playoffs. And this is one of those here. So let me do it right now for you. I almost took that Cueto number, but as I said, it was just too juicy at minus 140. I will go 120 on it if you can find over 17 and a half outs with Johnny Cueto tonight. That means she's got to go at least 6 innings. All right, we're going to look here at the at a playoff prop here. We're going to take Cleveland Guardians to make the playoffs at minus 105. You know, when you look at this Guardians team, I like what they're getting from their pitching staff, their bullpen, solid manager in place. This is a competitive team. I really like what I saw from them when they faced the Dodgers over the weekend. Very mentally tough team, played well in this Twin Series. They got on the wrong side of 1-0 defeat, but the pitching was still there. Tristan McKenzie put up a good showing for them. So I like this Guardians team to make the playoffs. Remember, the playoffs are a little different this year. You got your 3 division winners, and you have your 3 wild cards. Okay, so in the first round, the first and second seed get a bye. So the 4 remaining teams will play a best of 3. And that's how the playoffs will work in the first round. So so again, if you just get in the playoffs, you just got to be either a division winner or one of 3 wild cards. So it looks like our division winners are the Yankees and Houston, right? But there's a battle here in the division here between Cleveland and Minnesota and the White Sox. I give Cleveland the notch. Even if they don't win the division, they have a shot there at getting the wild card. Right now, they sit with the 5th best record here in the American League, but they sit atop the Central here, holding it 3 games in the loss column over Minnesota. The White Sox are a game under 500. Of course, the Rays have kind of been sputtering a little bit here, but again, I like this Cleveland Guardians team. What I'm seeing from them, they've played well. They have a winning record on the road, and this is a team that again I like them to get into the playoffs here. They've got a plus 36 run differential. I like that as well from this team. Again, I like the pitching staff. I like the bullpen. Let's go here with the Cleveland Guardians. Yes, to make the playoffs here at minus 105. Remember, we did pretty good with this. We did pretty good with these yes/no props last year. I know we were heavily no on, was it Nationals, heavily no Phillies. So there was a few of them we had there as well. So we'll take that Guardians to make the playoffs. Yes, at minus the 105. Hey guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium right now. I have my best bet right now for Major League Baseball. It's a primetime game right now on the board, so get on board with that. Also part of the 2-for-1 cap promotion, so you can match me up with one of the other champion handicappers here over here at Pick Dogs with my 3, 7, or 30-day sports pass. So get on board with that. And of course, we get all my premium plays for the next 3, 7, or 30 days. And of course, when you can add the second capper with the 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Now it is time for our recap. So let's recap the plays from tonight. We started off with Alex Smart. We go WNBA here. Indiana Fever +9 against Dallas Wings. Tony Brown coming in with WNBA. Seattle Storm -4.5 against Washington Mystics. Shane Mickle, WNBA. He likes Minnesota Lynx -2.5 against Phoenix Mercury. Now we go to baseball. We had Damon with the Padres -165 against the Phillies. We had Millz with the Yankees -130 against the Astros. We had Ninos with the White Sox -155 against the Orioles. And my pick today was the Guardians to make playoffs at -105. Hey, that'll do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place to give out live free picks for the games in prime time on Friday. We have a big card, 15-game card for Major League Baseball, the hockey game as well. We'll have a lot of content and picks for you on that show, so make sure you tune into that. Remember, it all gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time with that morning show. You got Mitch, you got Chris, you got Brian Biller. Of course, don't forget, we got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. We have his Sports Betting Tools pick show. He started that up again. Also, the video series from the Pick Dogs contributors. Video series from Ron Romanelli, his MLB rundown every single day, a rundown and pick from every game on the board. Also, we got Brian Bittler's Take It to the Bank, as well as his video series that are up there right now. We've got Jovan Burtz with his parlay of the day, and of course Chris Rivolo contributing with his picks, and Mitch as well with picks from every game on the board for Major League Baseball and NHL. So tune into that. All right, that'll do it for tonight's show, guys. Always a reminder here to like and subscribe and set those notifications when we're live. You want to be live with us, especially with that MMA show with Brad and Mills. When they go on air live Saturday, you want to be there to get those picks. Mills and Brad knocking it out of the fence in MMA. All right, that'll do it for tonight. Let's bring in our cappers for tonight's show. Wait, goodbye to you guys. Have yourself a great evening, afternoon. We'll talk to you